Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to do a brief overview of the radio setup I used for Raptor runs. I wanted to do this because when I was trying to figure out what I needed for Raptor runs, there wasn't a lot of info out there. So my goal is to help new guys that are trying to get into it. If you're an expert on off-road radios, this is probably going to be insultingly simple, but just bear with me. Just wanted to help you guys out there that need it. Okay, so just to start off, this radio kit would fall under, I believe, mobile radios is what most websites would classify this as. And the model is it's a Kenwood TK7360. And there you go. I got it from PCI Radios. Just overall, their customer service was super helpful and explained everything I needed to get me started. This came as a kit, and I got the race radio modification. I don't have the pigtails on the back over there, but this is modified so that way you can run a headset if you want it instead of the handheld mic here. And this also came with the magnetic Coax, which is mounted on top of the roof. So this kit altogether runs right around $600, which I know sounds ridiculous, and it is pretty expensive. And you can get cheaper options, but we'll get into why I did that later. So next I just want to go over how I have this installed down here. I have it on a built-right dash mount, which this is not a great angle of it. Let's see if I can get one over here. There you go. Which is pretty cool. It's pretty modular, allows you to kind of set up how you want it. As you can see, I have it on a nice angle here, so it's really driver centric. And I also have my quad lock charging mount here as well. So yeah, I have that mounted here. The bracket allows you to kind of angle it and get some different mounting options if you want. There's some guys run these in the center console, which you can do. It's a little bit harder to route things in there and whatnot. But a lot of guys don't really like how, I don't know, how obvious this is. It's not very concealed. It's kind of in your face. I don't really mind. I want the truck to, function well. And this way, the speaker also, I can hear the speaker just fine. I don't really need an auxiliary speaker. If you put it in here, a lot of time guys need to run a speaker and mount it somewhere else. There's headrest mounts that some guys can put on, or many other things. So I definitely like it up here. It's simple and effective. So I've got my handset run down here to I guess where my right thigh would be, my right knee. I think this is a pretty good spot for this. It's really easy to grab and talk on when I'm driving. I can do it one-handed. Overall, this stays out of the way. Not really a problem. So that's a good spot. Some guys will run them up here on the visor or something like that. So you always have options. Power is run from, I think I ran it directly to the battery. So this, as you can see, the truck's off and this still has power. I like to do it that way just because, I don't know, in case of an emergency, I can use it without having the truck on. So next let's talk coax and antenna mount. So this kit comes with, I got it with the magnetic antenna mount. I think this is the cheapest option for me. There's definitely other options, and as you know, a lot of guys will get a crazy third brake light, but that whole setup costs almost $1,000. I would say somewhere between $600 and $1,000 once you got the lights in there. So what I did simply was use the magnetic mount here, and it has a cap on it right now. And actually, I should put the antenna on. I'll do that right now. Okay, so I've got the antenna thrown up there. When I'm not running the antenna, I run this small kind of cap. It's weatherproof and protects all the contacts and threads and stuff. So going back to what I was saying was I chose the magnetic mount. It was simple, cost effective, and I think gave me the fastest way to get this thing set up. Now I can do this because it's still a steel cab. So if you're 2015 or newer, you're gonna have to find a different solution. You could go to that third brake light, like I mentioned. They're expensive, but they're an option. There's other brackets. Maybe there's suction cup options out there now you could try. I'm not really sure. But for me, to save money, I went this route, and I ended up notching the steel in the cab a little bit to get this cable, this coax cable to pass through. And then I just sandwiched the third brake light on there, and then I sealed it with some silicone. I'm often not driving this in the rain. It doesn't really rain that much here in Utah. So that was part of my decision making. But yeah, if you live somewhere it rains a lot, maybe you want to think of something that's a little bit more waterproof. Next, I want to talk about how I ran the coax, because it was kind of tight and it was kind of a challenge. So I basically, as you can see, I ran this cable into the cab behind this third brake light. It's gonna be dark in here. Apologize. I then basically ran from in the headliner all the way up to the front passenger corner over there. Had to navigate around the sunroof, which was a pain. I went down the A-pillar, through the dash, and up through the middle here. I'll put it in the screen right now what the length of that cable was. If it was a foot shorter, that would not have worked. So I got really lucky on getting that to work there. So if you're gonna do anything crazier, or you're gonna go under, through the floor or under the carpet, you're gonna need a longer cable than comes with the kit. So just keep that in mind. All right, so now I just want to talk about why I chose this kit. It was a little pricey and more than I wanted to spend, but I was concerned about a couple things. One, this kit from PCI comes pre-programmed, and I don't really think programming is necessary. What they mean by programming is the channels and the numbers have names associated with them. So you can scroll through channels by name, and you can get to the same channel as everybody else. I think, and don't quote me, but I think if it's not programmed, you have to go through and enter the numbers manually, and then you can choose that way. Again, I wasn't really sure. I'm still really new to this, so I think that's what they mean by programming, and it definitely was convenient for a beginner like me to have it already pre-programmed. The other thing is licensing. This is a UHF-VHF radio. It's not like a CB radio where you can use basically any frequency or any channel. According to PCI, anyone who buys their radios fall under their umbrella policy, or their umbrella license. I have to trust it based on what they said. It's on their website. So to me, that was kind of some peace of mind that I didn't have to worry about getting in trouble with the government and whatnot. So it was nice that they have that as a nice little perk. So that's another reason why I chose them. Okay, I think that's really all I wanted to cover. I know this is a really quick, down and dirty video. Most of my videos are pretty long, so hopefully this is a nice, refreshing change. So, like I said before, there's not a lot of videos out there on this, so hopefully it kind of clears up any questions, or at least points you in the right direction if you're trying to get into this. It also, if you had someone around you that knows what they're doing, or someone else that you're friends with that's already in the sport, or already is familiar with these types of radios, I'm sure they can help a lot. I just didn't have anyone in my circles that was super familiar with this. So let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help as best I can anyway, or at least maybe point you in the right direction. And yeah, hopefully you find this useful. Thanks.